Well, here is a thin, flimsy stencil I bought at the Dollar Tree. Most of the stencils you'll get on Temu or any of these sites are small like this. What can you do with them? Scrapbooking? Maybe. I'm not a scrapbooker, so what I do is I scan this on my computer, I print it out. I could make a stencil out of this and make it a little larger, or I don't really want to do that. I've actually printed this on sticker paper, so I could actually cut these out, color them, paint them, and use them as a stencil on some kind of project. Or this is what I did. So there's the whole stencil. I am going to cut this out for a stencil at some point. Ta-da! I enlarged every letter, and I want to make a stencil out of that. Now, I could cut straight on this paper here, or I could transfer this to poster board. So what I'm going to do first is cut it out on here, and then if I decide to trace it off on poster board to make a more permanent stencil. That's A. I love this. I love this stencil. I've cut other alphabets out, but this one is really different. So this is a ruler with a metal edge on it. That's what you want to use to cut anything. I don't even know why they make triangles and different things without the edge, because you can ruin your triangle if you cut on an edge that doesn't have metal. You put little nicks in it and it'll never cut smooth again. Here is a bendable ruler that you can use if you need some, and you can actually this is rubber, but you can actually use this as a guide. These are called French curves. This is old school, so if you need help, but now these don't have metal edges, so you got to be really careful if you use this as a guide for an X-Acto knife. No, actually this was $11.99 at Hobby Lobby, and I don't know when I got this. Probably, maybe I even got this at a yard. It looks like I bought it probably at a yard sale. Now, if you use a triangle with a metal ruler, like for the straight sides, that's fine. But if you're not good enough at cutting with an X-Acto knife, when you go around the circles, these will be perfectly straight and these won't. So if you want it to look more consistent, it's better just to cut them all by hand if you can. So these are Temu X-Acto knife blades. $2.03, and that's 3 knives and a bunch of blades. I don't know how many blades, but I'm gonna say there's probably 50. Oh no, there's a bunch of blades. Okay. Okay, if you're not good with an X-Acto knife, or if you have kids or anything that you don't want them to get hurt, like in a classroom, what you can do is either use an X-Acto knife to get started, like just make a little slit, or you can actually use scissors to do the same thing. You have to kind of bend it in two, just make a little tiny slit, and then you can take some good scissors and actually carefully cut this whole stencil out. Okay, this is a Ziploc bag. It sounds really simple. Like, why would I want you to watch this part? But it's pretty important. So you can write on it ABCs, but if you have several stencils of ABCs, it's gonna be, you know, I don't know. If you know the typeface, but I don't know the typeface on this. So what I do is I take this whole alphabet and I stick it in a Ziploc bag, and this probably won't fit, but it'll keep it organized so you don't lose the little parts and pieces. Okay guys, I just want to say that I really like this typeface, and I've decided to go ahead, instead of cutting it out of poster board, I'm going to laminate it. I found some more laminating. It's not laminating. It's so basically it's now this is frosted, and let me show you the difference. I accidentally got this kind, but I can still use it because on this project it doesn't matter. So it's not completely see-through. Does it have to be? No, not on stencils. But like if you were laminating, I call it laminating, it's not really laminating. But if you were laminating something else where you wanted it crystal clear, like for instance, this one. Oh wait, this clear, let's see here. Yeah, this is the clear, no grid. Okay, I had this wrong. So this little short roller, see how short that is? It actually goes with the hot dog on this one. These are called hot dogs, by the way. So I'm taking this off, and then I'm putting this little short one on here, and I don't know why it's so short. But sure, we'll figure it out. Okay. Now, so I'm gonna get the paint on this and try this one out. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't know. I go through these like crazy, and they're really expensive. So I thought, well, I might try. Now, see, I'm gonna roll this over, cover the Z. But what I'm also gonna do is finish painting this whole piece of paper and let it sit there for a minute to make the paper thicker and to make it tougher, so that and now that's the easy way to kind of make it work, instead of cutting out the poster board or putting the clear acetate on it. So then you let it sit for a minute. Oh, probably more than a minute. Now I'm going to put the next one I'm trying out are these from Temu, and they go on the longer thing. So these are weird. They're flat on the end, where the ones I get from the store are round on the end. So I'm going to find out how they do. And I like the sponge rollers. People think I'm crazy, but I use them for everything. I love them because you can put them in a Ziploc bag and they stay moist, and you can use them. I put the black, I put them each separate color in a different Ziploc bag. And then I also have, sometimes I have put them in the Ziploc bag, but all in a big Ziploc bag, so I can see the colors. See, now this is already sticking, so you have to kind of be careful not let it dry to the paper too much, because then it'll rip up and you won't have a stencil. This Z is drying pretty good, and it's laying here. Let's see if I can show you where they are. So just, it doesn't take long to let them dry enough to, and we're going to flip them over. So now you can see kind of what I did with the stencil here. And it's only messed up because it stuck to the thing and I didn't have it. Once you get a few layers of paint on this thin paper, it'll be almost like a thick stencil. Pretty cool. I'm trying the Temu, the foam Temu thing. Let's see if if it works. I don't know. I don't want to judge too quickly. Oops. Put that back up. Pretty good. This is the original stencil that we started with. Then see, I enlarged it on the copy machine. I scanned this, I enlarged that, and then I cut that out by hand, which was not that hard. Some typefaces are harder, like I said before. That's why I picked an easy one. Plus, I love this one. I think it looks cool. Here, see, that's actually the size that could go on a t-shirt or a towel or something, depending. I'm gonna just do a real quick. Not very good at this. Okay. I'm gonna cut this out neater. And this poster board is pretty stiff. It could still use paint. You could still put paint on both sides to make it stronger and last longer. I like this. I think these are a go on these sponge rollers. So, okay, now we're back to this. This is almost dry. It's already I feel like it's already stronger. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over, and we're going to turn this over. Now you think, well, that's the back of the stencil. Why would I want paint on the back of the stencil? That's to make the stencil stronger. Don't forget that. Okay, I'm going to use my traditional roller. Whoops. Just keep an eye on them so they don't stick to the background, and then you lose the paper will stick and you'll lose the whole thing. So this is just a thin layer. Now, if you rip the stencils at any point in time, any stencils, doesn't that look cool? Oh. You can always tape them. With packing tape, it's pretty easy. So, here is the drying. This one looks like it might need some packing tape, but I'll wait till it completely dries. See this Z here? But once you get these toughened up, and once you get them to where they're dry, they'll just get stronger and stronger. Now, they're never going to be as good as like the poster board or the laminated ones. But at some point, if you say, hey, I really like this, you can laminate this. But then you have to go back and cut all the letters out with the X-Acto knife or something more precise. Okay, I want to show you guys something. So here is really cool. Look at this. So is those shapes cool, right? And that's just this stencil. And you just move this around on top of it so you can do that. You can print like that. You can print on a jelly print or in real life. Or you can turn it and just make some cool shapes. That's how I can tell if I like a typeface, if there's graphic images that come up when I'm layering. This one's very graphic, so. And look at this. Okay, I admit Kathy did not turn out that well, but look how cool that looks, this image. It could be an abstract painting or something.